Hi, this is Greg from Freedom Armory FA Machine Works in beautiful downtown Glen Rock, Pennsylvania. I'm here today to talk about the Dragoon rifle suppressor series that we have. What you see in front of me is a 7.62, 7.62 CQB, and a 5.56. What I'm holding here is our titanium flash hider. Very simple to put these on. If you'll notice, I'm grabbing out here at the end. So if you've got a handguard that is covering up your short barrel rifle, you can put this on, spring loaded, clicks in place, locks it. One turn will seal it down onto this flash hider, and I'll get into that in detail in a minute. But if you notice, everything is done out here on the end. I'm not touching any buttons, pushing any levers, nothing on this end. And you have 100% seal and 360 degrees in two locations. What we're showing you now is our flash hider line. This short one has been designed for bolt action guns. So if you want to keep a nice clean line, you can put any one of them on a bolt action, but this one is specifically designed for the bolt action to just keep it clean. We have keyed these so you cannot put a 5.56 can on a .308 rifle. What I would like to show you now is this appears to be a tube. It started off as a solid bar of titanium. We needed to get special thicknesses in here for our blast chamber. We also needed to get shoulders in here for our mounts to perfectly mount up against, so that when you take this and put it on your rifle and you do the one turn, what you're doing is you're pulling this mount and firmly seating it, and it will not come off until you want it to, down inside the tube. Now I'm going to show you the disassembly of our Dragoon series. This works for both the 5.56 and the 7.62. Our end cap is a 1/2 inch drive. We'll take that end cap off. Standard 1/2 inch drive. I have a little stubby here that I use because it's easy for me to put on. Just unscrew the end cap. End cap off. Pull the baffles out. If the baffles are stuck inside your suppressor, we have supplied you with a beechwood dowel that you can pop out from this end. Take this end, just pop them out if you really have them slammed in. Now that we have it apart, let's talk about first time use. We clearly state in the manual, this brass bushing needs to be seated one time. It only has to be done once. So on a .308 suppressor, 5 shots of .308 with everything together, obviously. You will find that this will have loosened up a little bit. We need you to take your 1/2 inch drive, tighten it, not hard, but firmly and snugly, which will push this down and seal it. You only have to do it once in the lifetime of the can. For a 5.56, we recommend 10 shots to seal this up. What we're going to show you now is how to disassemble the entire ratchet system. There is an Allen screw. Take a small Allen wrench, undo that screw. Unscrew the ratcheting nut, turn it over. You'll end up with that's what it looks like when you take it apart. The ring, the spring, and the ratchet with the 2 tabs on it. What we'd like to show you now is if you have both our 556 can and our 762 can, and you happen to be cleaning them all at the same time, there is a difference in these rings. And you can tell the 556 ring does not have a dimple. The 308 has a dimple stamped in it. The 308 ring will fit nicely all the way over the mount. The 556 will not fit on this mount. There is a ridge built in right here that is one of your safety devices. So, just to make it clear, the 308 ring has a dimple, the 556 does not. Hi, now I want to show you how you cannot put a 556 Dragoon suppressor onto a 308 rifle. This one has been cleared and checked, bolt is open. This is a 556 suppressor, Dragoon. This is our mount. You cannot turn that. Cannot go on because of the ring on the inside and the ridge that has been provided on this one. If you notice, you cannot turn this. But take any one of our 308 cans, goes right on. Now we're going to show you the reassembly of the ratchet system. Take your ring, drop it in, then the spring, you have two notches and you have a tooth. This side is smooth, this side has a tooth. That tooth rides on these teeth. So, tooth up. Line the grooves up with the tabs, drop it in. Take your slot, screw this, and what I found works best is screw it all the way down. Then look in the slot and go one full turn until the screw hole appears. Once the screw hole appears, you've got about 1/8 of an inch gap. Put the screw in, tighten it down, snug, and you're done. Now we're going to show you how to use the stainless steel brush that we provided you with your suppressor. You'll notice there's no handle or anything back here. This was designed to be chucked up into a drill. So, if you have difficult time getting your baffles out and you want to clean the baffle area, which we recommend that you do, put the brush in. You can push it down until it hits the ridge that holds the baffle in. There's no need to clean the blast area. Put your drill on the end, chuck it up, spin it back and forth, cleaning out this area, and you're done. Now we're going to be talking about putting together your baffle stack. Here's your end cap. Here is the brass bushing that we talked about earlier. I just want to show you there is only one way we want this to go on. The thick side of the brass goes towards the baffle stack. Again, the thick side of the brass goes towards the baffle stack. Now we're going to show you the reassembly of the baffle stack. It's important to note that every baffle has a port. On the 308, we want to make sure that those ports are straight down the barrel, in line. So what we've done is we have keyed these so you cannot put it together unless those ports are straight down the barrel. Now, there are 1, 2, 3, 4 different types of baffles. You have the end cap baffle, which is very obvious. It's the one where you have the thick part of the brass going down the baffle stack. You have the ones in the middle, 1, 2, 3, 4 in the middle. These you can swap around, not a problem. Again, lining the ports straight down the barrel. These first two, which are your blast baffles, are different because there is 1/8 of an inch of solid titanium. And again, these are all milled out of a solid bar titanium to take the blast from your shells. Again, these two, one has no notches on it. The second one does have a notch. This one has a tab. So, no notch and smooth, this is your blast baffle. The second one you can tell because it is much thicker on the cone than the rest of the ones. And these just slide together. You drop them into your tube. Now we're going to show you the assembly of the tubes, the baffles back into the tube. What we do is, worst for me is I just stand it on end like that. Take the tube, drop it down, take my finger, put it in, take your end cap, start it. If you want to, you'll notice you can just screw it down by hand. Again, I use this little tool. You can use a standard 1/2-inch drive. Snug. You don't have to really ratchet it down, just nice and snug. And now you're ready to go shoot. Now for the reassembly of the 5.56 Dragoon suppressor. Here's your baffle stack. There are 3 different types of baffles in this. There are the 2 very heavy blast baffles, the 4 center baffles, and the final bushing baffle, which again, thick side of the brass goes towards the baffle stack. You'll also notice on the 5.56 can there are no tabs or notches, not needed. But the first 2, the blast baffle and the one next to it, have 1/8 of an inch of solid titanium. Again, these are all milled out of a solid bar of titanium. So, when you're putting it together, the 2 heavier ones are the first ones to go on, then the 4, then you put your final one on, stack it up like that, put it in the tube, push it down, put your end cap on, screw it down as much as you can by hand, take your 1/2-inch ratchet, tighten it down until it's nice and snug. If by chance you notice that that end cap is raised up off of the tube, that means you've gotten something wrong in between. You shouldn't have the problem on the 5.56 because there are no tabs and notches to get out of the line. Or you might have the brass bushing flipped upside down. This should be just flush. If you notice it's not flush, you put it together incorrectly. Also wanted to show you our direct connect 308. We also do a direct connect 5.56. This is identical to our quick disconnect. Baffle stack is the same, end caps are the same. The only thing that's different, of course, is this one is direct connect, screws directly onto your barrel. This one screws onto our mount, but they are identical inside.